Hi guys, this is Lord Above Water again, and today I'm going to show you how to arc weld. When you have an arc welder, there's three main cables. There's your power plus your plug, there's your earth clamp, and there's your stinger or electrode holder. Your plug has to be, well, depending on the welder, the cheaper welders are usually like a standard normal plug that you have if you live in the USA, like the ones that you get on your cookers, not on your cookers but your toasters and stuff. But if you get the serious high quality welders like this, they have industrial plugs, which is a bit different. This one I've actually put on a plug top because I'm using this at home, it's not in my workshop, but this is a good quality plug top. It's by MK for the UK people. I suggest you putting this on all of your welding machines, only MK. They can carry, this one's meant to be 30 amps instead of 13 on the normal home circuit, so it's putting a bit more load. As you can tell by the thickness of this cable, your standard cable will probably be like just a bit bigger than this screwdriver, or wait, even this screwdriver here. That's how thick your normal cable would be. So if I put a direct comparison, you could tell the difference. Basically what happens is this machine makes a full circuit, and to complete that circuit, this is your negative, which is your earth clamp. You clamp this onto your piece of metal, so let's clamp it on here. That's it, so it makes a solid clamp. The best way of clamping it is not this way. If it's a thin piece of metal like that, I'd clamp it this way. It actually has ridges and it doesn't move about as much. Alright, that's your second cable done. And the one that holds the rod, or the thing that makes the metal flow out, is this. It's your electrode holder. And all it is like a big crocodile clip in there, and it has two ridges so it can hold the thin rod at different angles. Let me fill it up with the rod, and I'm just going to put the camera down about here. Here's the rod. I've used it a bit, as you can see. And here I'm just going to load it in. So, if I open it up, find the ridge. I'll put it at the 45-degree ridge at the moment. As you can see, that's straight and that's 45 degree. Bend it down, find the other ridge. Here you go, found the other ridge. Now it's straight. What I tend to do is bend my rods. Like if I show you from a distance, this rod's bent, because when you go tap down, it's easier than me going straight like that. It's more stress. So if I can just twist my wrist, it's easier. I'm just chucking the rod out. But yeah, it's your third item. The cheaper ones will tend to have a crocodile clip. This is just cables I made myself. This is simple. This is how it came on the machine. The same way. The clamp is the same, but I broke my other one. The proper ones are a twist grip. They're like, instead of having this clip thing here, it's a twist and it locks it there. This machine came standard like that. They're just lugs, and so if I unscrew the top one, I'll show you what it is. It's basically a lug like that, like a ring terminal, and you put it on top, and you find that piece, and it just screws back on, and it's really easy. There's also something called DINS plugs, and they're basically a push-in twist, and they lock. This one takes a bit longer. I was thinking of changing it, but then it's a waste of £10. There's no reason to do it. Makes no difference in performance or anything, so no point. Second part of welding is the safety. Always have this. This is an always. This is not a maybe. This is an always. Sometimes when you see those DIY programs on TV, they say, and this is shop safety. You have to wear glasses when you use a saw. Trust me. You can be laughing when you have to use a saw, that you need safety and stuff. Trust me, even I do that. When it comes to welding, you do. This is a welder's mask. This is what comes with it. It's not the expensive ones. This is what comes with it. They're never expensive, the ones that comes with it. Alright, this is the difference. Okay, I'm going to show you how bright the light is without actually welding. This is a mask designed for welding. And what happens is, I'm not moving my camera, right? I'm going to put this shield on top. And watch what you'll see. This is me pressing it straight on. You can't see nothing. But now if I look up, this is how bright the world would be. The world would be about 100 times brighter than that. Right? The sparks that come out. So if I put this on top, now you can imagine what you'd see. But when you weld, it illuminates the whole area, so don't be scared. Yeah, that's your first part. Second part is your gloves. And they're fireproof, and when you have the slag that comes out, they basically reflect against your gloves, and yeah, they cover your hand pretty much. And I'm wearing short sleeves, and I was actually scared to weld without wearing proper full sleeves because I ain't got any full sleeve t-shirts. But this bounces off all of it. I haven't had a piece of it touching me. I've welded 2 days ago, so that's those. And what comes with your welder is a chipping hammer and a wire brush. And the wire brush is to get rid of any rust, and this is to get rid of the slag. I'll talk about that in a bit. Okay, techniques of welding. I'm going to show you the main techniques of welding. Alright. How you'd weld is, basically, when you hold it down, it makes a full connection. Nothing happens. Alright, power's flowing round and round and round. Round and round and round. The minute you let go, it sparks, because it wants to keep intact. And what will tend to happen, it'd try to be like a magnet. So sometimes you have to go wiggle it, and let go. And it works. What happens is when you strike an arc, the best way of doing it is touching it and taking it back a millimeter. So you go like that, literally like that. That's one way of striking an arc. And when you take it back a millimeter, it starts making the weld. You need to keep your mask on for that. My way of striking an arc is this way. You drag it, like lighting a match. You flick it back, but you don't do it as fast. You just hold it down, and what happens is as the things come off the end of this electrode, basically electricity is flying off that. So like, as you can see, all these things is jumping off their stuff. That's just slag. But what happens is when that happens, the spark comes, and as soon as the spark comes, take it back a mil, and you're good to weld. And you have to keep maintain that 1 mil distance, and that's you've done your weld. This was my first ever weld. Not that one. Sorry, this one. That's my first ever weld. I welded a week ago, and it came out pretty good for first weld. My dad can't even get it as straight as that, and he's been welding for. He welded the last time he welded was 20 years ago. So he used to make straight welds. But okay, now how to make a straight weld. The way you'd make a straight weld is you take it straight. Take it straight 1 inch. Take it straight a centimeter. Come back half a centimeter. Straight a centimeter, half a centimeter. You have to keep doing that, and what it does is it creates these like arch rings on your thing, and that's how you know you've made a good weld. And yeah, don't touch your welds after that. But if you look at this electrode, you can see that shiny tip at the top. Usually it's covered completely, but I've used this one before. And alright. This, you might be thinking this is a metal rod and it looks really dull. It's coated in flux or slag, and it's a powder at the beginning. You do not want to get these wet. You always keep them as dry as possible, like an old fridge or something. But you can actually buy special holders from Machine Mart. That's where I buy all my things for welding. It's the best place to go for welding. But what happens is, if there's no flux or slag on this left, it will not weld. It just splatter everywhere. because it's not getting rid of the actual rust and stuff which is on this. So it's not sparking to anything, it's flicking off the rust at you at like temperatures of 300 degrees. And that will burn you. So what the flux does, it calms it down and it gets rid of the rust and the oxides in the way. So when that's done, you should be alright. Yeah, I always buy my things from Machine Mart. Best place to go for welding. Okay. There's also another way of welding a straight line. You'd want to go in a zigzag, like that. Like loads of W's, you just want to keep going like that. What that tends to do is make a nice straight box weld. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Still maintaining a 1mm gap. So, up a bit. Alright, what else to do? Alright, welding two pieces at a right angle. When you weld, what happens is it brings the two pieces. That if that was a right angle, when you put a spot weld, it would bring it in a bit. It just try and bring it in. So what you do before you make a full seam, you want to make one spot weld in 3 places. If I was doing these 2 bits, I'll go tap, 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 make sure it's strong, and then I would make the proper weld using either the go forward and back or the zigzag, and that is it. And you can learn how to do everything else from there. I can weld professionally, but this is just for beginners and stuff. If you're looking for more advanced things, message me and I might put some videos up later. But yeah, alright. So I hope this has helped you. If you need info on where to get your welders from, and if you're thinking about buying it from eBay and stuff, sorry about that. Just message me on YouTube. The welder I have is SIP Merlin, which is one of the best arc welders. Also, another good make is Miller and Snap-on. Snap-on's mainly good for MIG welding. Just message me on YouTube and I can hook you up with a welder, but it's gonna cost you about £90. These welders brand new, £90. These ones. My one cost me 120 because it's the top of the range. But yeah, you never want to be at the bottom, always want to be at the top. But hope this video has helped. If you need some electrodes or something and you live in my area, just tell me where you live and stuff. If you live in my area, you just come pick them up, and I can usually tell you where to go to get your electrodes and stuff. But hey, that's life, I suppose. I don't know why the hell I just